Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence, and by Dow Automotive Systems, innovations for clean powertrain solutions.
This is Autoline Daily for April 1st, 2011, and now the news. The Wall Street Journal reports that Saab is running out of money fast and may be on the brink of collapse if it does not get new funding soon. Victor Muller, whose company Spiker Cars owns Saab, is trying to get Russian billionaire Vladimir Antonov to invest in the company and provide it with much-needed cash. Antonov had been with Spiker before, but General Motors forced Antonov to drop any involvement with Spiker before it agreed to sell Saab to Spiker. The company is definitely in turmoil. Last week, Saab's longtime CEO, Jan-Åke Janssen, retired, and the CFO that the company wanted to hire decided he didn't want to take the job. And earlier this week, Saab had to stop production because the supplier IAC refused to ship parts until it was paid. Here's my Autoline insight. Victor Muller is a very crafty businessman and will probably be able to raise enough money for now, but all this shows that Saab is in a very precarious position. The UAW has been watching its membership drop for decades, but last year it was able to reverse that trend, at least for the time being. Thanks to a partial recovery at GM, Ford, and Chrysler, the union saw an increase in members. The UAW is also actively organizing state employees, teacher assistants, casino dealers, and healthcare workers. All told, the union added 20,000 members last year and could add another 8,000 this year. Even so, the UAW admits that's not enough to offset all its losses and says it has to organize the foreign automakers operating in America or it will not survive in the long run. Everything's going digital these days, including crash test dummies. Ford is working on a digital model of a child with lifelike recreations of the skeleton, organs, and the brain. The company hopes one day it can use this research to perform crash tests with a computer using a digital dummy. The company already uses digital models of adults, but it's only used for research, not in vehicle development or crash tests. MRI scans are used in order to digitally recreate parts of the body, which are put together section by section. Ford wants to understand how crashes affect children and adults differently, especially since children are more vulnerable during an accident and data for kids isn't as available. And speaking of safety, traffic deaths in the U.S. dropped for the 5th straight year. According to the Detroit News, just under 33,000 people died in accidents last year, which is the lowest number since 1949. The drop in deaths is somewhat surprising because the number of miles driven by Americans increased by over 20 billion compared to 2009. Since 2005, traffic fatalities have dropped 25%. A couple of reveals from the Seoul Motor Show in Korea. Chevrolet pulled the wraps off an ultra-modern roadster concept called the Myray, which is Korean for future. It's powered by two front-mounted 15-kilowatt electric motors and a 1.6 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. For more fun, a 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine kicks in to drive the rear wheels through a dual-clutch automatic transmission. This means the Myray can switch between front and rear drive. The body is made of carbon fiber and CFRP, carbon fiber reinforced plastic, which keeps the weight down. Its wheels, 20 inches in front, 21s in the back, are made of a combination of aluminum and, surprise, carbon fiber. Inside and out, the Myray's design was inspired by jet fighters. It certainly looks like one. Hyundai revealed its first ever fuel cell car in Seoul. The Blue 2 is powered by a hydrogen stack that delivers 90 kilowatts of juice, about 120 horsepower, with 82 miles per gallon. That works out to about 2.9 liters per 100 clicks. The blue part of its name comes from the company's Blue Drive Eco brand, while the 2 comes from H2, the chemical symbol for hydrogen gas. But if you ask me, the front end and headlamp treatment sure remind me a lot of the Opel Ampera. Mopar has ambitious plans to put its name back on the map And one way it's working on that is getting back to its roots, its performance roots. And that's coming up next.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
Pietro Gorlier is the CEO of the Mopar brand. His job is to transform that operation to make it as strong a brand as Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep. One way he's working on doing that is getting Mopar back into the performance arena. Pietro Gorlier is my guest on Autoline Detroit this week, and here's a clip from that interview.
And then we went on with, and this is a car that is street legal, but obviously we have also the side of the business that is the performance side. So we put the Mopar drag pack in the market, 70 units. We dropped a V10 engine, taking the engine of the Viper and dropping the V10 engine into a Challenger for pure drag racing. Just for
this is not for the street, just for the drag.
This is for the street.
And one more, too, if I'm right. Ram, the truck brand at Chrysler, has shown a high-performance off-road truck they're calling the Ram Runner. Is that part of Mopar as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. Another interesting story, we took the Ram and we started developing a kit. It started like, sort of, okay, what we can do with a Ram. No? We were going every year on the Moab desert for the Jeep Safari, and we say, okay, what we can do with a Ram, no? So having a Ram racing on the dunes, etc. So we started working on the suspension. Then we said, okay, maybe we need with the suspension new fenders, new fascia, new bumper, something like that. We used the expertise of Ken Croker, that is a legend of the Baca 1000 race.
Pietro Gorlier actually has a lot of new initiatives that he's launching at Mopar, and I'm sure you're going to start noticing that brand a lot more in the future. And that's it for today's report on the top news in the global auto industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Monday.